Hello students and friends. Welcome to Homeopathy Medicines. Today in this homeopathic Materia Medica lesson, I will discuss about homeopathic medicine Calcarea sulphurica. Before starting this video, please subscribe to this channel for Learn Homeopathy Online Free and Homeopathy Materia Medica. We need support from you to make this channel more beautiful and more informative. Now going to discuss about Calcarea sulphurica, its uses and symptoms. Eczema and torpid glandular swellings, cystic tumors, fibroids. Suppurative processes come within the range of this remedy, after pus has found a vent. Mucus discharges are yellow, thick and lumpy. Lupus vulgaris. Head, scald head of children, if there be purulent discharge, or yellow, purulent crusts. Eyes, inflammation of the eyes, with discharge of thick, yellow matter. Sees only one half an object. Cornea smoky. Ophthalmia neonatorum. Ears, deafness, with discharge of matter from the middle ear, sometimes mixed with blood. Pimples around ear. Nose, cold in the head, with thick, yellowish, purulent secretion, frequently tinged with blood. One-sided discharge from nose. Yellowish discharge from posterior nares. Edges of nostrils sore. Face, pimples and pustules on the face. Herpes. Mouth, inside of lips sore. Tongue flabby, resembling a layer of dried clay. Sour, soapy, acrid taste. Yellow coating at base. Throat, last stage of ulcerated sore throat, with discharge of yellow matter. Suppurating stage of tonsillitis, when abscess is discharging. Abdomen, pain in region of liver, in right side of pelvis, followed by weakness, nausea, and pain in stomach. Stool, purulent diarrhea mixed with blood. Diarrhea after maple sugar and from change of weather. Pus-like, slimy discharge from the bowels. Painful abscesses about the anus in cases of fistula. Female, menses late, long-lasting, with headache, twitching, great weakness. Respiratory, cough, with purulent and sanneous sputa and hectic fever. Empyema, pus forming in the lungs or pleural cavities. Purulent, sanneous expectoration. Catarrh, with thick, lumpy, white-yellow or pus-like secretion. Extremities, burning, itching of soles of feet. Fever, hectic fever, caused by formation of pus. With cough and burning in soles. Skin, cuts, wounds, bruises, etc. Unhealthy, discharging pus, they do not heal readily. Yellow, purulent crusts or discharge. Purulent exudations in or upon the skin. Skin affections with yellowish scabs. Many little matterless pimples under the hair, bleeding when scratched. Dry eczema in children. Many years ago, Schuessler introduced this remedy, and it has been used extensively upon the biochemic theory. Many excellent cures have been made in this way that most of us are able to recognize as homeopathic cures, though it is a sort of crude homeopathy. By studying these cures, many symptoms may be obtained not supposed to be of importance by these reporters. These symptoms often furnish a basis for further consideration or further clinical observation. Many fragmentary provings have also been made, furnishing many of the symptoms recorded in this article. The author frequently made use of Schuessler's 12th potency, later the 30th and 200th, at present much higher potencies. From all of these, many valuable symptoms have been obtained. Some of these symptoms have come out upon the sick while under the influence of this remedy, and have been since confirmed, so that the following symptoms must now furnish the best basis that we have to prescribe on. The best consideration that this remedy has ever received will be found in Boericke and Dewey's Materia Medica of the tissue remedies. The tendency to the formation of abscesses in the body in any place is a strong feature of this remedy, and is quite similar to pyrogen. An abscess that has ruptured and is slow to heal with the continuous discharge of yellow pus, is a strong indication for this remedy. The patient desires the open air, is sensitive to drafts, takes cold easily. It is very useful in the management of malignant growths after ulceration has set in. It is under such circumstances an excellent palliative. It is a deep-acting constitutional remedy, an antiseptic, and if given early enough will prevent a malignant growth terminating in its usual way. It is useful in the affections of bone, caries of bone. While the patient is cold in general, he often requires to be uncovered because of particular conditions. For instance, in croup and in headaches he feels the heat too much, but the pains of the body are often relieved by heat. He is sensitive to both cold and heat. After becoming cold, complaints come on. Tendency to take cold in drafts, or on slight occasions. He is sensitive to cold, wet weather. It cures the underlying basis of epilepsy, epileptiform and hysteric convulsions. The patient is aggravated from exertion. His muscles are flabby, he is disposed to hemorrhages. When well-selected remedies act only a short time, and the symptoms agree, this remedy is one that should be thought of along with sulfur, serenum and tuberculinum. Complaints from straining muscles and tendons, from overlifting, etc. aim back from such causes. Throughout the chest and head, and sometimes extending into the limbs, there is a violent orgasm of blood, flushes of heat and pulsations. Onanism and sexual excesses reduce the economy to a state whereby they feel their constitutional disturbance, and this is one of the remedies that elevate the body to a better state of order in such conditions. Pain in the bones day and night. Pulsating all over the body. Standing aggravates many complaints, but especially the joints. Swollen and indurated glands. Twitching of the muscles all over the body. Many of the symptoms are aggravated on waking. Many symptoms are aggravated walking and especially walking fast and becoming heated. Aggravation from being overheated. Wants to uncover. Aggravation from the warmth of the bed. A warm room aggravates. Warm wraps aggravate. Great bodily weakness. Thick yellow discharges from the mucous membranes. Thick bloody discharges. Purulent exudations in serous sacs. Bloody pus from abscesses, ulcers and mucous membranes. Prolonged suppuration. Wants to keep still. Now, it will be found that the above general symptoms prevail throughout the particulars in many instances, and it will appear that the bodily state is more or less penetrated with these symptoms. The patient is absent-minded, irritable, easily angered. He becomes weak after anger and vexation. Aversion to answering questions. He is easily made anxious, especially in the evening in bed, during the night and when lying. Anxiety with fear during fever. Anxiety about the future. Anxious about his heart and his health in general. His anxiety is ameliorated in the open air. He has anxiety about his salvation. He has anxiety in the morning on waking. Many changeable moods and capriciousness. Aversion to company. Confusion of mind in the morning on waking and again in the evening. This is also ameliorated in the open air. Confusion of mind from mental exertion. Contrary and contradictory moods. He has many little delusions, whims and strange fancies. Frightful images in the night when trying to sleep. Has visions. Great despair of recovery during heat. Craves stimulants to overcome his tremulous weakness. He is discontented at all times. Great sluggishness of mind. Continuously in a state of apprehension. Fear of death. Fear that some evil will befall him. Fear of insanity and fear of misfortune, and this comes on at night. Forgetful. Full of hatred of people who do not agree with him. Always in a hurry. Hysterical. Impatient. Feeble-minded, even to imbecility. Indifferent as to his surroundings. Irresolution. Extreme irritability in the evening. Irritable after coition. Lamenting because he is not duly appreciated. Loathing of life. Malicious. This remedy is especially useful in broken down constitutions from drunkenness. Weakness of mind, of memory and of body. Some of the mental states that are aggravated in the morning with sadness, on waking become mirthful in the evening, even to hilarity. He stumbles in speaking and misplaces words. Changeable moods. Morose. Obstinate. Easily offended or insulted. Prostration of mind. Quarrelsome. Restlessness. Mental depression in the morning, with mirthfulness in the evening. Sadness during perspiration. Dullness of the senses, sits and meditates over imaginary misfortune. Does not want to be talked to. Easily startled. Stupefaction. Suspicion. Suspicious. Indisposed to talk. Tormenting, persistent thought. While busily engaged thinking, his thoughts vanish. Becomes timid, bashful and apprehensive, and in his conversation is extremely wearisome. Weeping during perspiration. An aversion to mental and physical work. Real indolence. Vertigo is a common feature with this patient. In the morning on getting up, or again in the evening, but this is ameliorated in the open air. Vertigo with nausea. Vertigo with the tendency to fall. Epileptic vertigo. Vertigo on moving the head quickly, on stooping and on walking fast. Coldness of the head, especially of the vertex. Hyperemia of the brain, aggravated in the evening and at night. Aggravated after stimulants, especially on coughing, during menses, with suppressed menses, and in a warm room. Ameliorated in the open air. The head feels constricted, especially the forehead and occiput. Much dandruff forms upon the scalp. Eruptions upon the scalp with thick yellow crusts. Eczema, also pimples. Coldness in the head, especially forehead. Formication of the scalp. The hair falls out. Heat of the head morning and evening. Flushes of heat. Heat in the forehead and in the vertex. Heaviness in the forehead and occiput. Itching, burning, of the scalp. Many inveterate chronic headaches and periodical headaches have been cured with this remedy. Headaches in the morning on waking. Headache coming on in the afternoon, lasting through the evening and at night, ameliorated in the open air. Catarrhal headaches. Pain in the head on coughing, after eating or disordering the stomach. Headache from becoming heated, and the pain is aggravated from jarring. Compels him to lie down. Aggravated looking upwards. Headaches in women before and during menses. The headaches are aggravated from mental exertion, from moving the head, from motion, from noise. Periodical sick headaches with nausea and vomiting. Pressure ameliorates. Pulsating with nearly all the headaches. Reading aggravates. Rising from lying causes pulsating and increases the pain. Shaking the head aggravates. He wakes up out of sleep with the headache. The headache is aggravated from spirituous liquors, from standing, from stooping, from the heat of the sun, from talking, from walking, from washing. Aggravated in cold weather. The headache comes on from becoming cold, and yet the headache when on is ameliorated in the cool air. Many of the headaches are in the forehead in the morning on waking, or come on in the evening after dinner. These are aggravated on stooping and walking. Severe pain above the eyes. It has occipital headaches, pain in the vertex and sides of the head. Many of these headaches are pressing and are aggravated from mental exertion. Stitching pains on coughing. Stitching pains in the forehead and temples. Tearing pain throughout the head. Tearing pain around the head, ameliorated from lying. Pulsation in the head and temples. Sensation as if he had his hat on at 4 p.m. There are numerous eye symptoms, catarrhal and psoriatic. The lids stick together in the morning. This remedy has partly cured several cases of cataract. It has produced and cured double vision. Chronic inflammation of the eyes, with thick yellow pus. Ulceration of the cornea. Itching and burning, aggravated in the morning. Pressing pain in the eyes in the evening. Soreness to touch. Photophobia. Redness of the eyes, like raw beef. Redness of the canthi. Fissures of the canthi. Twitching of the lids. Dim, often foggy, vision. Flickering before the eyes. Discharge from the ears, offensive and purulent. Cases dating back to scarlet fever, with thick and bloody pus, soreness and enlargement of the right parotid. Eruptions behind the ear. Itching in the ear and behind the ear. Buzzing, humming, ringing, roaring and singing, in the ear. Aching pain in the ear. Stitching, pulsating, stopped sensation. It cures catarrh of the darkened tube when the symptoms agree. Swollen parotid gland and swelling behind the ear. Most inveterate catarrh of the nose has been cured by this remedy. Coryza, with discharge, ameliorated in the open air. Dry coryza. The discharge from the nose is bloody, excoriating, offensive, purulent, thick, yellow and greenish yellow. Clinically it has cured the one-sided cases best. Crusts form in the nose. Crusts form upon the margins of the nose. A sensation of great dryness in the nose. Epistaxis in the morning. Offensive odors from the nose. Itching in the nose and of the end of the nose. Obstruction of the nose, so that it is impossible for him to breathe through it. Keeps the mouth open. Caries of the bones of the nose. Loss of smell. Sneezing, ameliorated in the open air. Swelling of the nose. Cracked lips, and flushes of heat of the face. Pale, sickly, face. Many eruptions upon the face, boils, eczema, herpes, itching, pimples, pustules, scurfy eruptions, vesicles. Itching of the face. Pain in the face from becoming cold. Cutting pain. Cold sweat on the face. Swelling of the glands. Swollen submaxillary. Dryness of the mouth and tongue. Hot mouth. Inflammation of the mucous membranes of the mouth. Inflammation of the tongue, with swelling. Much mucus in the mouth in the morning. Offensive odor in the mouth. Rawness and burning inside of the lips. Burning of the tongue. Flow of saliva from the mouth. The speech is difficult on account of the stiffness and swelling of the tongue. Swelling of the mucous membranes of the mouth. Gums swollen. Taste bad, bitter, metallic, sour, sweetish. Ulceration of the mouth, tongue and throat. Vesicles in the mouth. Thick yellow coating at the base of the tongue. Choking is a characteristic of this remedy as it is of HEPA. redness and swelling of the throat, dryness and inflammation of the mucous membranes of the throat and of the tonsils, a sensation of a plug in the throat, mucus in the throat, mucus drawn from the posterior nares, thick and yellow, pain in the throat on swallowing, pressing pain, rawness in the throat, soreness of the throat, stitching pains in the throat, scraping mucus from the throat, swallowing is difficult, swelling of the tonsils, with suppuration, ulcers in the throat, the external throat is swollen, the glands are enlarged and painful, increased appetite, ravenous appetite, or appetite entirely wanting, aversion to coffee, to meat and to milk, desires fruit, cold drinks, acids, salt things, sweets, thirst extreme, distension after eating, emptiness in the stomach, eructations after eating, empty eructations, eructations acrid, bitter, foul, sour, eructations of food, water brush, fullness of the stomach after eating, heartburn, heaviness in the stomach, as of a load, subject to indigestion on the slightest provocation, nausea in the evening, nausea with headache and with vertigo, pain in the stomach in the evening, pain in the stomach after eating, burning pain, cramping, cutting, gnawing, pressing, after eating, tenderness to pressure, stitching pains, throbbing in the stomach, sensation of a stone in the stomach, vomiting at night after eating, with headache, bile, bitter, blood, food, mucus, sour vomiting. In the abdomen there is great coldness, with distension, after eating, fullness after eating, heaviness. Many of the pains in the abdomen are like colic and come on at night. Burning pain, cramping, cutting, dragging, drawing, soreness, stitching. There is pain in the liver, pressing, soreness, stitching. There is pulsating, rumbling and distension of the abdomen. Inveterate constipation, difficult stool, insufficient stool, fistula in ano, painless abscesses of the anus. Like sulfur, it has cured morning diarrhea, but has also an evening diarrhea, and is very useful for diarrhea in children. Aggravated after eating ever so little. It has a painless diarrhea. In the rectum there is formication and intense itching. Hemorrhage from the rectum and anus. External biles. Inactivity of the rectum. Involuntary stool. Moisture about anus, causing smarting and itching. Pain during and after stool. Burning pain during stool. Pressing, stitching and soreness in the anus. Tenesmus at stool. Prolapsus of the rectum. Ineffectual urging to stool. The stool is bloody, dry, hard, knotting, large, lenteric, soft, white, yellow and purulent. This is a valuable remedy for catarrh of the bladder, with copious yellow pus. It has cured chronic inflammation of the kidney. It is a valuable remedy in urethral discharges, when the discharge is yellow, bloody, and often gleety. Burning in the urethra during urination. It is an excellent remedy for impotency, when other symptoms agree. In women who have had several abortions, when the symptoms agree. Excoriation of the labia. Inflammation of the labia, with suppuration. Itching of the genitals from leukorrhea. Thick, yellow, bloody leukorrhea. Itching of the labia during menses. Itching after menses. Itching high up in the vagina. The leukorrhea is excoriating, bloody, burning, copious, thick and yellow. Leukorrhea before and after menses. Absent menses. The menstrual flow is copious, dark, too frequent or too late. Irregular. Sometimes pale, protracted, scanty, suppressed. Delayed first menses in girls. Hemorrhage from the uterus. Pain in the uterus during menses. Dragging down in the pelvis during menses, as if there were prolapsus. Burning in the genitals. Prolapsus of the uterus. Swelling of the labia. Fibroid tumors of the uterus. Ulceration of the genitals and os uteri. Catarrh of the larynx and trachea. Dryness and inflammation. Copious expectoration of mucus, which is yellow and sometimes bloody. Rawness and soreness. Patients threatening to go into phthisis. Much scraping of the larynx. Obstinate hoarseness. It has now long been a valued croup remedy. Croupy cough, where there is much choking, when an experienced practitioner might well think of HEPA, but it will be remembered that in HEPA, uncovering a hand or throwing off the covers from the chest will increase the croupy tendency and aggravate the croupy cough, and that the patient in HEPA is very sensitive to a draught and to the air. In this patient uncovering is grateful. The patient throws off the covers and wants the air and seems to breathe better and croups less. It may seem strange that such a great difference should come between the sulfide and the sulfate of lime. Respiration is difficult in the evening and night, aggravated on ascending, lying and walking. The respiration is rattling, is short. There is suffocation, and even wheezing. This is an excellent asthmatic remedy, when the symptoms agree. The cough is aggravated in the evening and night, ameliorated in the cool air, unlike hyper. Asthmatic cough, croupy in morning on waking and after siesta. Dry cough at night. Hacking cough. Hoarse cough. Loose, rattling cough. The cough racks the whole body. Short dry cough. Spasmodic cough and cough coming in paroxysms. The expectoration is copious in the morning. The expectoration is bloody, greenish, purulent, thick, viscid and yellow. Abscess in the axilla. Anxiety in the region of the heart. Catarrh of the trachea and bronchial tubes. Hemorrhage from the lungs. Badly treated pneumonia or results of pneumonia. Hepatization of the lungs. Oppression of the chest. Rawness in the chest. Soreness in the chest on coughing, or inspiration. Burning pain in the chest. Cutting in the chest. Palpitation at night, anxious, aggravated ascending, in persons going into phthisis. Suppuration in the chest. Weakness in the chest. Itching, burning of the external chest. Sensation of coldness in the back. This has been a valuable remedy in the treatment of curvature of the spine in the lumbar region, making it difficult for him to sit up. The symptoms of the extremities make a gouty constitution. Gouty joints. Awkward, clumsy fingers, from gouty finger joints. Coldness of the extremities, of the hands, legs and feet. Cramps in the calves. Eruptions, pimples and vesicles. Heat of the hands. Heaviness of the lower limbs. This remedy has been of great service in many cases of hip joint disease. Itching of the skin of the extremities. Often itching and burning. Burning of hands and feet, burning palms and soles. Numbness of hands and also 6F the lower limbs and of the feet. Pain in the extremities during chill, rheumatic pain. Pain in the joints, gouty and rheumatic. Pain in upper limbs at night. Pain in the shoulder, elbow, wrist and fingers. Pain in the lower limbs, sciatica, rheumatic pains. Pains in the hip, thigh and knee. Burning pains in the feet. Pains in the lower limbs, drawing, stitching and tearing. Paralysis of the limbs, upper and lower. Perspiration of the hands and feet. The perspiration of the feet is cold and offensive. Stiffness of the arms. Stretching out the lower limbs aggravates the pain. Rheumatic swelling of the knees and legs. Edematous swelling of the feet and legs. Tingling in the fingers, as if asleep. Trembling of the hands and of the lower limbs. Ulcers on the legs. Burning, itching scales. Varicose veins. Weakness of the upper limbs. Weakness of the lower limbs, knees, legs and ankles. Sleep restless. Dreams anxious and frightful. Sleepiness in the evening. Sleepless before midnight and after 3 a.m. Sleepless from thoughts. This remedy has cured many cases of chronic intermittent fever with evening chill. Chill beginning in the feet. Shaking chill fever evening and night. Evening fever intermingled with chilliness followed by fever, but no sweat follows fever, with pain in lower limbs, better by walking. Flushes of heat. Hectic fever. Perspiration at night. Cold. Slight exertion brings on the perspiration. The perspiration is profuse and sour. There are numerous skin symptoms, as might be expected from a study of sulfur and calcarea. Burning and itching. Desquamation. Cracked skin. The skin is cracked after washing in winter, especially of the hands, like we find in salt rheum. Liver spots, pale skin and yellow skin, even to marked cases of jaundice. Dryness of the skin. The eruptions are boils, burning moist or dry eczema, herpetic pustules, scabby scaly vesicles. Itching, burning eruptions. This remedy cures psoriasis when the symptoms agree. Rash. Suppurating eruptions. Tubercles. Urticaria. Excoriation and intertrigo. Formication. Itching in bed, itching, burning, itching, crawling. Itching, ameliorated by scratching. Sensitive skin. Ulceration of the skin, wounds heal slowly. Unhealthy skin. Ulcers bleed, burn, are scaly, crusty and deep. Ulcers discharge bloody pus, offensive, thick, yellow. Fistulous ulcers. Falendulent ulcers. Indurated ulcers. Pulsating ulcers. Painful ulcers. Warts. Thanks for watching this video. If you want more videos like Calcarea sulphurica, please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. To learn homeopathy course online free with Homeopathy Materia Medica. Comment us your feedback and what you want in the next video. Like and share this video with your friends and family. For paid and free consultancy online, visit homeopathymedicines.com and mayeshclinic.com. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay healthy, stay happy.